Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and this is my backyard. I love it out here. I tell you, the sun is coming up. You can see it just coming over the houses over here, and it's what a great place to film all the time. And in fact, you know, so you see this view here. This little camera, this is one I'm trying out. It's a replacement for my other camera that has some problems with wind noise that I have not been able to address. I am out, I can feel a breeze out here. I hope that you don't hear it. I'm going to be very disappointed if this camera's picking up wind noise as well, because I've been working hard on trying to fix that. But this camera has another feature, which is it has time-lapse. And so I can record time-lapse, and I actually have two of these. I bought them for a conference where we were recording, 5 rooms simultaneously. And so I have these extra cameras. And I noticed a time-lapse feature on this one. And so I think it's going to be really fun. This is my home office up here, the one with the light on in there. And I think it's going to be really fun to take this view out here and record it. You know, sunrise, sunset every day. I'm just going to let this thing keep going and then see what we've got and edit it up. And I think that's going to be really great. So I'm going to set that up probably starting today. And then maybe, if I catch some really good stuff, I'll put it on the end of some of my videos here. And I won't make it its own video itself on the channel, but I'll, you know, maybe a good lightning storm. Oh my God, that would be so much fun. So let's get to why I'm doing this video. And so I have Dark Overlord that has sent me a question. Ooh, the sun is just cresting over that house over there. See me lighten up? And he says, in-game, there's always been ways to increase your playing performance, whether it be a keyboard, a mouse, faster internet, or better hardware. But there's not really been many reports of people using performance-enhancing drugs, like steroids, that some other hobbies and professional sports players use. I read recently that the company Razer is producing an energy powder that will actually fill this role for gamers and pro gamers. I would really like to see you do a video about this topic. Well, you know what? I kind of tried to look up a little bit about what Razer is doing on that, and I really didn't find too much on it. I'm going to have to investigate that a little bit more, maybe even contact Razer. But here's my take on that, is that especially in professional sports, like if you know, the professional competitions where people are using performance-enhancing drugs and everything, you know, in the physical sports, I don't see why people wouldn't be using it in their, you know, competitions as well. And, you know, what made me think about this is that I would never consider using any illegal drugs or anything like that. It's just not my style. But pardon me, well, you know, this new camera, it doesn't have the same kind of depth wide-angle lens. So while I'm talking here, I think I'm going to put it on a tripod because I think it'll just work much better. And so forgive me because I still don't have my editor up and running, and so I'm doing this on the fly. Normally I would cut this out, but okay, I got the base on it, got this on it. Okay, let's take this out here, and then it'll make for better video because I can be a little bit further back from the camera. So, on one of these tripods here. Okay, so now that doesn't look level. Oh my goodness. It's probably not, but you know what? There it is. That's how it's going to be. Okay, so what made me think of everything is that I would never consider using drugs myself for performance enhancing in playing a video game. But as I've shared with all you guys, that I'm like a dyslexic ADD gamer. And with my ADD, one of the common medications for that is Ritalin. Ritalin is a stimulant, and I do take it sometimes. And what it does is it gives me much greater focus, and it allows me to not get so distracted. I mean, I still get distracted, but I'm able to get right back onto task and everything. And that is actually a really big deal, because it's something that I haven't been able to produce for myself. Now, I could see a normal person that considers themselves needing a boost or whatever, taking something like Ritalin to get greater mental focus and everything. And I could see how that could maybe enhance their gameplay. Although in a normal person, maybe it'll give them like stereo or like tunnel vision, to where they see nothing else, and that would be a problem, because you need to not be focused just on what's right in front of you, but the whole picture, especially in like professional gaming. So there are all of these performance enhancing drinks and stuff. There's the 5-hour drink, there's Red Bull, there's Monster, there's some other ones, and they're all to like give you extra energy and everything. But I could totally see people using those while gaming. Caffeine is a stimulant, and in fact, one of the things that I had learned about my ADD was that caffeine made a big difference to me, and it was kind of strange. Caffeine doesn't affect me the same way it affects most people. Like, I can drink a pop with caffeine in it right before I go to bed and sleep just fine, whereas a lot of other people would be very, very restless and have a hard time sleeping. And what it produces for me, being ADD, is it produces... That's loud. You hear that? Oh, here they come. I wonder if they're flying this way. These are the sandhill cranes. Look at that. You see them? Here they are. That, by the way, is echo that you hear. And these guys are big. So, so that's all echo that you hear. These guys can poke your eyes out. Kid you not. They're very tall. They're 3.5, 4 feet tall, and I watched them use their beaks to grab things out of the ground. And I don't know what it is that they're grabbing out of the ground, but it's like some sort of grubs or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is that they eat. They're very loud though. And these are I think that they must be mated pair or something like that. They're always together, and they live in this neighborhood here, and they're really cool. So anyway, so with let's see, let me get back on track here. My ADD got away with me. That's why I skip around so much in my videos. I don't know if you guys know that. But that's part of being ADD, is having a hard time staying on topic or focused or whatever. And that is something I know I have an issue with, and it's just part of who I am. So I think, though, that all of these other... Oh, I was talking about caffeine. So with caffeine, it's... I found that being ADD, that caffeine is allowed me to really focus. And I knew caffeine didn't affect me the same way as other people. People would say they get, I mean, if I took, had too much caffeine, yeah, I could get jittery and stuff like that, anxiety maybe, whatnot. But it didn't stop me from like sleeping and stuff. And so I had noticed this, and then someone told me that in schools, they actually, if kids are ADD and they forget their medication for the day, they might give them a can of pop with some caffeine in it to help them focus. And I thought to myself, man, I didn't realize this, but even, you know, back when I was a teenager and in school and after school, I would drink a lot of caffeine and I would be able to focus and work on something all evening. And this was before ADD was really even recognized as something, that people just didn't know what it was and everything. And I hadn't realized that I had used it to help me compensate. So, you know, it's just interesting how you can use drugs to enhance your performance and everything. And I could, you know, I can totally see it even with, you know, pro gamers and everything, you know, being all amped up on caffeine while you're playing. I mean, you know, I think that that's probably something that a lot of gamers do, and they don't even think about it. And so, I'll check out more of this stuff from Razer, see what I can find out about it, and who knows? Maybe I'll get them to send some out to you guys and you can tell me back what you think of it. I love trying out stuff like that, but I can tell you though that one time I bought one of those big things of Monster and everything, and that was, oh my God, I'll never do that again. The Monster stuff, oh my God, it lit me up, and that's just not for me, So, anyway, that's a great question. I think that there's going to be that problem, most definitely, especially if it's not regulated, because when you get down to it, and there's this big money in these competitions and everything, there'll be a lot of people who will use stuff, legal or not, to enhance their gameplay. And so I think that'll be a problem, and I'm not sure that in the video game industry that something like that would be regulated. Can you imagine having to take a drug test before each competition? Do you think that the industry is not that hardcore focused like they are with sports and everything? But maybe, who knows? So maybe the video game competition, sports arena is just not that mature yet, and that's to come. So we shall see. Anyway, great question. Thank you very much for that. If you have a question for me, send it to me in YouTube. I do read all of them. I do not reply to all of them. I just don't have the time. And if you've got something that's really good, it may make it to a video. Oh, and one more thing here. Let me look this up. Now that you've made it this far, you're going to see the first announcement. Actually, I forgot to talk about this. I was supposed to talk about this right at the beginning. Oh my. So, do you have a PS3? If you do, pay attention here. So, we have beta codes. Oh, and it's an order just came in. Huh, all at the same time. What good timing. So we have beta codes for Dust 514, which is an extension of EVE Online. And it's a first-person shooter. It is for the PS3. It is free to play, but you have to have a beta code to get into it right now. And we have those beta codes for both US and for Europe. And so I will put a link in the description, and take that, go and grab your code. We have instructions in the item itself on how to acquire the game via the PS3 network. And I want to thank Austin Raleigh. He helped out with figuring out the steps to redeem this, because Alexandra and I, neither one of us have a PS3. And so we could not, test it out. Now, I wonder, if I could get a PS3 real cheap, I would. And I have the ability to record the PS3 for gameplay. I could do gameplay for this. So, if any of you have an extra PS3 and want to sell it to me really cheap, let me know. I don't even know how much they cost these days, but I should check that out, because here's how this all works. The reason we have the beta codes is because we sell the EVE Game Time codes. And so EVE Online, they are now starting to battle for planetary supremacy in different areas. And the Dust 514 game is supremacy on the planets. It's the ground forces. And the guys up in EVE send resources down. Some of those resources are acquired by Game Time. And so that's how they can do a free-to-play game on the PS3 network. Isn't that incredible? So that other people are paying for you to play, but you in return support them in their campaigns for galactic conquest. Isn't that cool? Okay, so check it out. If you have a PS3, go get one of those codes. There's a link in the description, and you get one for free. One thing of note, when you get one for free, you create an account, and and it puts you on our newsletter, where we sometimes send stuff out. We've only sent one in the entire company, the history of our company. We've only sent one newsletter out. We don't send them out very often, but we do whenever we have something to give you. And but if you don't want to be on that newsletter and you just want that for free, then just go into your account after you create it, uncheck the allow them to email me, and you'll still get it. You'll still get your code, but you won't get our newsletters. So, how does that sound? Anyway, I'm Marky Dragon. Take care, and check out Dust 514 in the description. There's the link. Take care.